Well, alright, everybody, welcome on back to the next episode. So, I changed over to a warrior and made Legolas a thief. Since our vocations are maxed, we need to go ahead and grab some more augments. Went ahead and bought the best gear I could. Kind of upgraded it for both of us. So, we're looking pretty decent here. Switched out my pawns. Since I dropped the archer and went to thief, I was thinking I need a ranged pawn to fill the gap, so I went ahead and hired a sorcerer. We're going to see how that works out. We may switch it back to an archer, but we're going to see how the sorcerer works out. So of course we got our trusty mage for heals and buffs, sorcerer for damage, Legolas for melee, and then I'm going to be the warrior. And I've also decided before I continue on and do more quests down here in Batal, there's a clear divide. You can clearly tell once you pass the border how much stronger enemies are. I don't want to be overpowered to clear all this content up here. So I'd like to go back and kind of explore in places I haven't been. I do have a few quests I can complete up here. I have a couple port crystals placed, so it's easy for me to warp. So we're going to go back to the main starting zone and go ahead and explore around, do some quests there. But for my sword, I figured out if you upgrade in this other country, it's a different upgrade. It focuses more on straight strength versus in the beginner zone, it gives you kind of a all around even buff to everything. So I'm curious to see what it does for the, I believe it's an elvish augment. And the only reason I know that is because I've looked at pawns and seen like their gear, and it's a different insignia. So you can see with your weapons. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to see. See those little circles that are filled with kind of like a flame? It means it's been upgraded twice. Now, if like I go to here, this is upgraded in the beginning zone. And that's a good example right there. I think that's the elvish upgrades. I didn't upgrade Legolas's here in Batal because it focuses more on just flat strength, and I wanted to also get the magic increase. So we're going to go ahead and use our Fairy Stone. It's the first time using it in this playthrough. And, well, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and go here? Or should I finish some quests here and then go out? Let me look at my map real quick. Yeah, we're just going to go here. We're going to go do this quest. I mean, I have like, I think like 8 of these are total, so it's okay if we use 1 or 2 here and there.
We seem to have arrived without issue, but are we safe here?
I wonder what that is. Is that where we were at the beginning of the game?
"'Twas a strange time, and I remember it still, clear as day. Why must I explain? The proof is in the pudding. Of course. I was telling you aught I know of the sea's peril, of the brine. And you'd know that if you hadn't fallen asleep the moment I'd begun. Now, 'tis common knowledge the brine halt any ships seeking to venture into open waters. As if to say, there's naught out there, so don't bother looking. But does that not strike you as rather miserly? Even if we are to believe that there's naught across the sea, why must we be kept to our shores? I should like to confirm for myself if there's truly naught to be found, and why shouldn't we? An old man with naught, sailing out into a sea of naught, and dying for naught. Where's the harm in that? When I said as much to the brine, they only stared at me in amazement. A lie, it may all seem, but 'tis the honest truth. I've beheld it all with my own eyes. No one believes a word I say. Why must I explain?
Okay. This character's interesting. I mean, the first time I came to this town right here, it really reminds you of the starting town in Dragon's Dogma 1. I think it's called like Casardis or something. And then you hear this guy talking when you come up about the end of the world. In Dragon's Dogma 1, there was you would go out like this, and this was how you got to Bitter Black Isle, which is the DLC.
I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
And then I noticed when I was in the main city that there's NPCs, like the merchants, they talk about and reference this old crazy man. Well, I guess we should set the quest.
Shall we see how Har village fares of late, Master? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
I'd best tidy up a bit before a customer comes.
Sir Arisen, thank heavens you've come. Saurians have claimed the village yet again, if you can believe it. Just when almost all of the villagers had arrived as well. Oh, why must these scaly fiends beset us so?
Oi, what are you doing standing about when there's work to be done?
Jonas, this is the good sir I spoke of, the one who called the Saurians for us.
Is that right? Then I expect you to aid us with this mess, stranger. You did it once afore, eh? Only natural you'd help finish the job.
My apologies for the chief's temperament. Yet he speaks truly. We have need of your strength. Pray, cull the beasts as you did before, sir. I dare say you are the only one upon whom we can depend.
These Saurians are a stubborn lot. What say we make them think twice about settling in again?
We ought to proceed with caution.
Saurians!
No means of exploiting our enemies' weaknesses. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. The Arisen had been savaged. Get back. It was excellent. I could have done no better.
Perhaps you might join the fight yourself?
I grant you fire and flame. Use it well. truly are formidable.
The Saurians are no more, I see. That's twice you've come to our rescue now. You're more than a friend to Har Village, Sir Arisen. You are a hero. Truly, we cannot
Here he is! I found our troublemaker!
Jonas! What is the meaning of this?
This blasted beastren went and ventured into Stormwind Cave! How many times have we said none are to tread there? But he just had to poke his nose where it didn't belong. There can be no doubt he's the one who incited the Saurians' attack.
Forgive me. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Trust a beastren to muck things up.
Jonas! Surely there's no need for such talk.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Seems to me beastrens go causing problems, and we humans are lumped with the job of cleaning up after them.
Jonas, please! You're being ridiculous.
There!
I do apologize. 'Twould seem things have turned rather uncomfortable. But we mustn't let this sour your triumph. You came to our aid when we needed it most, and for that, you have our gratitude, Sir Arisen. I do hope you shall visit us again anon.
A ruder fellow I never met. The village's troubles are far from done, if you ask me.
My fur stands on end.
You're no fisher. I can tell. You're no fisher.
Man, that guy is not nice.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
I best make myself scarce.
Thank you, Sir Arisen. We've a long road ahead, but fear not. Har Village.
Well met, sir. How might I be of... service? The safer the roads, the heavier my pocket. Do come again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny, they have their uses.
Time to be heading.
Even I know where to shut the trap. I can ill afford to linger here.
I've just had a thought.
We're gonna rest up.
Every master
Heal
I've
up,
ever served has
get a
favored
buff.
different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
I'd like to cook. Am I able to cook anything? Maybe I don't have any ingredients to cook with. can't use my items. Interesting.
Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust? Shall we?
I could walk back to the capital. I could just teleport.
The payments. Daphne another visit. I find myself wondering. There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
Well, first thing we need to do is go upgrade Legolas's weapons.
Come take a look. You'll be glad. You did. Do come again. Fancy a look at my wares?
Eyes on what they used to.
Well met, son. How
What
might I
are
be
my
of-
pawns doing? Legolas, what are you doing, bud? Come on.
Fancy a look at my wares?
This really is fun.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach?
Are you in the market for something in particular?
Decent upgrade. Oh, I don't even know why I upgraded that. He's not even building it. That's fine. I was just wondering if he sold new stuff. Doesn't look like he does.
Always a pleasure.
Just wanted to make sure we had the quest equipped. I'm gonna go clear this quest real quick.
Best check my stock before a customer
Try all of my...
Come to think of it, it is difficult to forget all that occurred at the coronation. I hope never to experience the like of that sensation again.
It's been a hard day.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, Perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
What should I do? What to do? What? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. I'll help too. I'll look for...
Now we seek gold or...
Boy, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? That's all right.
Okay, that's pretty easy to obtain. I have plenty of it in my stash.
I'm in no hurry to leave. Oh, could use a rest.
Come on.
Too many people for my liking.
Same as the one afore it. Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you?
This isn't much to go on.
Do take care on the road, sir. These are dangerous times we live in. You know where to find me.
We have what we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
I only hope the recipient is pleased with our work.
I quite agree.
Sets my thoughts down dark.
Here we are.
There she is.
Boy, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our Thanks. So, remember how now lots of people who live... The priests have been treating everyone as best they can. I want to help them, but I'm not... Apart from ask you, that is. Oh, thanks, Arisen. I'll talk to the priests in the mean...
Now, we've need of medicine. We can...
Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you?
Oh, I have some. I'll pick up ingredients.
Now that's just splendid! Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
Okay.
I quite agree.
Looks like I knocked that quest up. Never get enough of these. Alright, what's next on the list? Okay, let's... I guess let's see if we can do this one real quick.
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
When does my watch end?
Oh, sir, pray excuse my boldness, sir. I am but a humble maid in service to a noble household. Might I beg a moment of your time?
I love how my guy just stands there with his back turned to her.
My master is in need of aid, you see, and I'm hoping you'll consider offering your assistance. Oh, thank you, sir. Might we continue this conversation somewhere more discreet? You will find my master's manor in the noble quarter. Pray, meet me there at your earliest convenience.
Well, looks like we have another cluster to do while we're in town.
Would that I could spend all day. I cannot.
My sword arm.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Legolas, why are you gonna sound so creepy, man?
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale.
There's the
I
beggar.
don't tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so where's he get his coin then?
Right here.
Aye, got some coin to but much appreciated. Aye, got some much appreciated. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
You're the Arisen, aye? A personage of great esteem is to return from Batal to Vermund. I speak of Sir Augustin. He is a noble and the leading voice of opposition against the Queen Regent. Your aid is requested in guarding his ox cart as it travels the high road. As a potential ally to your cause, 'twould do you no favors if he were to come to harm. I trust he will cooperate, and bear in mind that this is a matter of the utmost secrecy. Not even the captain of the guard has been informed of it. You have your orders. Read them, and follow them to the letter.
Well, okay then, man.
We must make haste if we are to arrive in time to assist.
This is a time quest. But man, I'm not ready to go back to Batal. I don't think it's a time quest, so I think we're fine. So do we just sit here and watch this
Should
now?
my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't. I don't tell of a beggar, so where's he get his coin then? Makes him. Gather round.
Good day, sir.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a.
Good day, sir.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least.
Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as "Answer my riddle," did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Lord Rosamond, House Berkeley. Oh, this didn't take forever.
What should I get up to? Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Father of House Berkeley. Same
Gather round, treat
person.
your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine, longing...
We might scratch another task off our list while we're here, if we are so inclined.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with much appreciated. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
I follow my whims. Where?
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent. And soldiers.
Alright, I'll listen for another minute or two, then I'm gonna do something
Though
else.
to the soldier's aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round,
You know, I wonder if I advance time, if that will work.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I put... Come back any time.
Oh, he's gone.
I hope I've not left aught undone.
Huh.
Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
Now there's a hassle I could do without. Plenty of gossip.
Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
What is that? Is there seriously a dragon in town?
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. I will protect you. battle. Let us squash their frozen head and turn our destruction. Fall back, and I will lead with my magic. All right, my God, you roaring flame.
Where'd he go?
Wear this cloak. It has a means to control pawns.
I shan't suffer such an offense. We are our master's myrmidons, and no others.
By your leave.
He's fleeing.
I'll have show fires.
Wow. That was crazy. I can't believe the dragon just invaded the city like that.
Some might find seeming tedious.
Didn't think our first dragon fight would quite go like that.
Gather round, gather round. Treat you.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't.
Okay, back to what we're doing.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Always a pleasure.
One more time.
Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here.
Just want to see if I can make it kind of like evening
Come
time.
back anytime.
Oh, dark again.
Naught I can do.
This ladder.
Okay, we're gonna skip that quest for now.
Looks sturdy enough to climb.
Shall we visit the manor, as the maid bid? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Oh, yeah, it's up here.
I quite like it here.
Oh, you came, sir. But I forget myself. I should like to speak with an acquaintance of yours. A child with... She is the spitting image of my young master, you see. 'Tis my hope that she might take his place for a time.
Diana! Would you paint my mother a criminal? Ahem. Perhaps I ought to be the one to explain.
Young master, I meant no offence.
Diana has the right of it, though the situation is not nearly so dire as she makes it sound. I seek only the freedom to leave my own home. My mother is bedridden, you see, and her mind is not so sharp as it once was. Whenever I am absent, she grows terribly distressed. By leaving a look-alike in the house, I hope to ensure her peace of mind while I attend to matters of my own. Would you be willing to lend your assistance? Splendid!
'Twas in the slums that I witnessed you speaking with the girl. Would you...
Okay.
'Tis good to be reunited.
I'm unsure how best.
That was kind of cool.
Wonder how long this job's supposed to last.
I'm ill at he's here.
The wind blow my fur every which way.
Hoy, Arisen! I was hoping you'd come by. You wanted to ask me a favor this time? So, this noble boy wants... I mean, I don't know the first thing about being a noble. Besides, are you sure we can trust these people? It all sounds a bit fishy to me. All right, I'll do it. But if I'm not very good at it, it's not my fault, okay?
I'll gather this. It might be of use. This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
I'm nodding off where I stand. I'll gladly stay a while. My stomach's
Come on, kid.
growling. Wait till you're
Or I will pick you up and throw you.
The hours seem to fly
And a sharp zest.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this, eventually.
Look, young master. She's here.
Indeed. I could be staring into a mirror.
So you look like a little girl.
Diana, will you dress her and instruct her in her role?
As you wish, young master. This way, if you please, miss.
What a kindness you've done me. Now I can go and fetch a gift for Mother. I'm hoping a little cheer will aid her in her recovery. She was born there, you see. No doubt her...
All is ready, young master. You...
You know, the roads around Melve are supposed to be really dangerous. I heard the safest way to get there is to carry something that reeks of Cyclops with you, because it'll scare all the monsters away.
We like monsters. They give us experience.
Let's see. What else must I bring? Ah, I almost forgot. Let's see. Ah, I almost forgot.
Okay, what am I helping him do?
The lands around Melve are rife with poisonous flora. I'd hoped to pack it is not only poison the plants inflict, but drowsiness besides. Might there not be a cure?
Okay, I'm sure I have that.
The lands around is not only poison the plant.
Well then, I must confess, I only hope I've not forgotten anything. You think I ought to bring some medicine and monster repellent with me? What precisely would you suggest? Let's see. Ah, I almost forgot.
Okay, something that reeks of Cyclops.
The lands around is not only poison the plants inflict, but drowsiness besides. Might there not be a curative that accounts for both?
Poison, drowsiness, and something that reeks of ogre. Well, why did I do that? Well, maybe it's this. It's something that reeks of ogre?
It seems Master Sebastian is lacking a few supplies. Shall we gather what springs to mind?
Welcome. Do take care on the road, sir. These are dangerous.
Something that reeks of ogre. Maybe that?
Times we live in. Much obliged.
There's a ladder here.
Do take care on the road,
She did
sir.
say
These are
something that takes care of
dangerous
both at
times we live
once.
in.
Well, I'm not giving them all here. I don't really want to give up those either. Kind of saving those for in-game. What does the quest say to do?
You know where to find me. Do take care on the road, sir. These are dangerous times.
The Eye of a Cyclops.
Times we live in. You know where to find. Well met, sir.
Could have sworn I had ought to attend. Suppose I better get to work. I quite like.
Well then, I must confess, I only hope I've not You think I ought to bring some medicine and monster repellent with me? What precisely would you suggest?
Should I use the ogre spur or should I use the misshapen eye? I'd rather hold on to the misshapen eye. Decisions. I mean, they're both from an ogre, so. Oh. Cyclops. I almost made a big mistake. Cyclops. Not ogre.
My thanks. I'm certain these will come in
Don't know what I was thinking.
Now, I really must be going. Wish me luck.
Take care, young master.
Come back safe.
Thank you for your aid in all of this, sir. I shall see about procuring you a suitable reward, so pray do come visit us again.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
Look, as long as you please.
I find. Do take care on the road, sir. These are dangerous times.
Ah. How?
'Tis a relief to be home. Let us... Shall we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Anywhere's better than the middle of the crowd.
Home at last!
Welcome home, young master.
Thank you, Diana. I am glad to be back. 'Twas a hard journey, but I found what I sought. A blue sunbright. The sigil of our house. I only hope Mother will be pleased.
A blue sunbright. I thought they were make-believe.
Oh, no. They're quite real. Rather rare, though. And particularly to Melv. I'm surprised you've heard of them, to be frank.
Really? Well, there's a picture of one stuck to the inner cover of a book that was donated to the Gracious Hand. I asked Sir Kendrick about it. He told me the flower's name.
A picture, you say? How very odd.
I believe Miss Daphne is describing a bookplate. The book in question will have been a donation from this very house. Indeed, the mistress has been very generous in her support of the Gracious Hand over the years.
For true? Oh, I must tell her thank you.
I think I could arrange that. I'm certain my mistress would be delighted.
Yes. Well, as for me, I'm just pleased to be home safe and sound.
All this racket? What's going on? Good gracious, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, you must be the lady who's been supporting the Gracious Hand. Thank you ever so much for all you've done for us.
What precisely have you told this girl?
Not a word, mistress. I swear it.
Good. As for you, girl, you need not thank me. 'Tis the privilege of the nobility to help those who are less fortunate. Now, 'tis getting late. You had best be off. Do be sure to leave the house unseen, and fare you well, child. Know that where'er life may lead you, you may take pride in who you are. Come, Diana. I would speak with you alone. You have some explaining to do.
What was that all about? Mother seemed awfully perturbed.
The air certainly took a fell turn back there. Perchance we stepped on aught we shouldn't have.
I scarce know what to make of this outcome.
Alright, what else we got? Of course, we got the beggar one. I'm not just gonna stand there for an hour, though. I'll wait till I'm just in town, and I'm gonna try when the sun's about to set. See if that does anything. Okay, excellent. We've completed a lot of these quests.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to...
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
Just want to double check so we get any upgrades.
Are you in the market for something in...
Need 2 ogre talons.
Particular? Do come again.
I thought that's what I had. What did I have? Ogre spur. Oh. Okay. Well, what's next on the agenda here? We know that takes us to the border town. We have an escort quest there. Where does this take us again? Is it up here? Those are exits. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out.
do. Well met, son.
This journey looks to be a long one. What say we make things easier on ourselves by seeking an ox cart services?
'Tis as you say.
This right now.
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
100 gold. That's all you need.
Now I've got and stepped in it.
I've never seen
What should I get up to today?
Lots to do, and precious little time.
See myself having a
This
kid.
worrying's giving me an achy back.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Speak out of town I've yet to visit.
If you're in need of a ride, 'tis now.
I'm in fine feather today.
See myself having a kid.
Looks like we made it back to Mel. Excellent. We can kind of explore up here. I'm sure we missed a lot of stuff. Yeah, like look up here. Alright, looks like we got our work cut out for us then. So this looks like a good point to wrap up. And next episode we'll kind of explore Melv and go to these little areas that we didn't go to last time. So we'll see you guys
Here
then.
already.